Hi everyone, my name is Heavens and today I'm going to talk about research, data entry, and reporting. These are essential skills that every virtual assistant needs. Okay, so as a virtual assistant, you're required to gather information, organize data, and present your findings in a clear way that your clients can understand. So research, when we talk about research involves finding, okay, it's like looking for accurate information to help your clients make certain decisions or complete certain tasks. So, for example, a client may ask you to research about 5 hotels or an upcoming business trip or event. What I would do in this research scenario is to look for information of hotels, names of the hotels, the location, price, availability, affordability, facility, customer reviews plays a very key important role because you haven't been there before, but once you get these customer reviews, it will help you make an informed decision about what the client is looking for and what you are also going to book for your clients. The distance, let's say distance from where the hotel is to town and vice versa. However, research is just not about finding information. It's also about making sure that the information that you are getting is accurate. So you can use certain search tools like Google. You can use ChatGPT to help you get accurate, relevant information from reliable sources. So as a virtual assistant, I should compare information from different sources to make sure that I'm getting the best out of it. Let's talk about data entry. So the second skill is data entry, and data entry is very important. It's about organizing and updating information in digital systems such as spreadsheets and databases. For example, after you have researched and you found the information about the 5 hotels, you can therefore create a Google Sheet with columns and rows for the hotel names, location, price, rating, contact information, and website, right? So we are organizing data. After we took the information, we are trying to organize the data by entering it into a system which is meaningful. When doing data entry, accuracy is extremely important. A small mistake in a phone can affect everything, can affect the price, date, name problems, changing name problems. You have to be very observant with people's names, dates. Therefore, you should double check the information that you are entering. Once you are done entering, that it doesn't end there. You have to double check, right? So reporting is the third skill that is very important. Reporting involves the information or data that has been collected and presented in a clear and understandable way, right? So every client and how they want their reporting system to be. So you need to ask your client which of the reporting systems you need to use, whether they prefer it in Excel, whether they prefer it in PowerPoint, Word. You need to find out and highlight important keywords. Okay, instead of simply giving the client a large spreadsheet, I would rather prefer to summarize whatever findings that I had based on the research of, let's say, for example, the example I used, the hotel, the best prices, and all of that. I'll summarize everything to make it easier for the clients to understand. And also, some of the tools that I can use is Google Spreadsheet, Microsoft Word, Excel, Google Forms. So as a virtual assistant, it's important to gather all these skills so that you are always proactive and you know what you're about doing. Because once you present the data in a very clear way, it will enable your clients to understand whatever information you are putting out there. It will help them to articulate whatever you have put there. It will help them to also ask questions and make it easier for you at the receiving end. Because if your information is not put together well and is very clumsy, it's going to cause a lot of confusion, and whatever you wanted to execute will not be done. So I prefer you using clear font sizes, clear font types, like standard ones, so that everything looks presentable and nice. Thank you very much. Heavens here again. It's been nice having you, and I believe that the skills I've gathered so far has given you some information on how a virtual assistant should go about data entry, analyzing information, and entering data also. Thank you.